I'm in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I lived in Hendersonville, Tennessee when I was 6. When my dad was working for the Peterbilt plant in the area, and I attended first grade here. But unlike Bellevue, Washington, which I recognize but has changed, there's nothing about Hendersonville that I recognize. It's going to be tough to shield from wind. It keeps moving. I don't know where to go. I don't know which elementary school I attended first grade. I don't remember anything about my address. And I'd have to check in with one of my folks to figure out where I was. And I'm not going to do any of that. So I think this is the break, because I remember very little before the age of 5. This is the break between stuff I remember and stuff I don't really. So I remember a few things about Hendersonville I'd like to record, and I'll probably add to some of the stuff that I did today and what today's experience was. Like Washington, Hendersonville had these big communal backyards, and you can kind of see that idea that people don't have back fences in some places, and it's this big shared area with other houses. So my house is like that. I remember gluing first grade paper, with the dashed line in the middle, so you know where the lowercase letters should stop and the uppercase letters should go all the way to the top. The brown recycled stuff felt like it had wood pulp in it. That's somebody's stand-up material. I can't use that. I remember gluing that to the back of my teddy bear, which had been a hand-me-down from my dad that I never gave to my son. It's in a box somewhere. I know where it is. I vaguely remember my dad being less than happy with that. I was trying to explain to him that it was meant to be a cape, so that I vaguely remember getting on the roof of the house to throw Teddy off of it, which informed a script I wrote that became Breakthrough later in life, short film I made with Mike, and starring my son Alex, and I think the actual teddy bear. I remember walking across the shared backyard to go home and stepping on a wasp. And that's probably where my distaste for wasps comes from. I remember being stuck across the backyard at the house that's across the back. I don't even remember who lived there, which is a weird thing, during a thunderstorm. And I remember the lightning hit the big tree that's separate, but now there's like big trees everywhere in this neighborhood, and I don't even know how big Hendersonville is. So I remember being stuck at that house during a thunderstorm. I also remember a kid named Andrew Mintz, and I don't remember that. I'm pretty sure Andrew was older than I was, but I don't remember by how much. And I remember being over at his house playing one time, and he trapped me in his bedroom. His mom was home. I kept yelling for help, but his mom thought we were playing, and the kid had both a door to the bedroom and a sliding glass door to get out, and it was like this. Somehow he was faster than me, and so when I tried to leave from one door, he would block it, and if I went back the other way, he was fast enough to block that one too. I don't remember any harm being inflicted, not physical, but I remember there being psychological threats and feeling like I wasn't going to leave that room ever. This is a weird association. The professional wrestler Jeff Jarrett hails from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and this kid, Andrew Mintz, had a shock of white blonde hair. So whenever I see Jeff Jarrett introduced from Hendersonville, Tennessee, I'm reminded of Andrew Mintz. Telling that story is meant to let it go. And one of the interesting things about Hendersonville is, unlike Bellevue, I don't recognize it. There's nothing here that I can hold on to or would want to hold on to. So in the whole process of letting things go and washing things out, it's interesting that I would go from Bellevue that I kind of remember to Hendersonville that I don't. So yeah, there's that. Saw the Grand Ole Opry this morning. Did the 1 hour tour. Didn't realize it was going to hit me as hard as it did. And I went into the reasons why on the post that I made on Facebook. And then I went and soloed an escape room. I failed it, I will say that, but not by much. It was interesting. The girl gave me, I wouldn't say a lot of clues, but she gave me clues. I can't discuss most of them because I don't want to spoil the room. You know, I mean, that's one of the rules of being in the room. You can't discuss it with other people. So she gave me clues, but half of them I didn't need because I'll be like in the middle of going to the thing that she'd give me the clue on, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. But then sometimes it was a clue that I really needed. Then there's the 3 that I can ask for. I only asked for 3, and 2 of them were in the interest of time because I was having trouble connecting the order of things and what went where. Matter of fact, I skipped one puzzle entirely because there was a cipher code that was needed to open a word lock, and I figured out, and the cipher was on 12 different puzzle pieces. I only got 9 of the puzzle pieces, figured out the cipher, figured out the word, opened the lock, and skipped where the other 3 puzzle pieces and the last piece of the cipher were. Except there was a clue in there along with the cipher that I needed to complete the room. So I completed the main objective within the allotted time, but I did not manage to get the door open, even though I knew what was left to do and what I was supposed to do. There was just that one chunk missing. So, oh, that's excuses. I failed it. But I soloed an escape room for the first time, and I almost completed it on my own. The lessons I take away from that are I need to be more observant because there were a couple of things that I should have seen that I didn't see because I was moving too fast. So be more observant and stay cool as the time ticks down. Keep my head about me. Think more carefully. Puzzle solving. Probst, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Jeff Probst. #survivor. So that was a lot of fun. And I love doing the escape room by myself. I might take on one other person when I do escape rooms in the future, but I wouldn't want to do an escape room with a group of 6. I want to do it. I want to see the narrative. I want to touch every puzzle. So one escape room partner would be cool, and I would really enjoy that. Yeah. Oh, and because I started late, I was concerned about getting a parking ticket, and so when I came out of the escape room, they said, hey, because we started you late, we want to give you a t-shirt and a gift card to do another escape room in the future. And this place called the Escape Game, they have locations in 3 cities in Texas, a lot of places in the Southeast, several in Tennessee, but they also have them in Minneapolis at the Mall of America and in Chicago. So I'm guessing one of those 2 places I'm going to end up inviting a friend to do an escape room with me because I want to do, and I may solo it again to test whether or not I've got the thought process that I want, and I'm more observant, and I'm cooler, and I've got the logic connected to be able to solo it. But I was excited about doing as well as I did soloing an escape room for the first time. Very happy with that. Excuse me. Then I checked out a comic and gaming store here in Nashville, and I'm getting ready to, Hendersonville's just outside of Nashville. A lot closer than I thought it was too. And I'm going to head for Bulls Gap, and because I got invited to do something really exciting that I've never done before, and I don't want to jinx by discussing it here. I'm going to leave Bulls Gap the morning of the 6th, headed for Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Then I'm going to be moving up the eastern seaboard. Trip's going well. I'm in a good place. I'm going to cut one more video, because I think it's a little satirical and it needs to be its own thing. So, peace.